linking consonants to vowels. So remember, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So this is when a word ends in a consonant like T or D or B. The next word starts with a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, and we link them. So let's look again at our sentence that we started with. Do you remember that time when Anna and Amy fell in the swimming pool? Okay, so I showed you at the beginning, what is the more natural way to say it, one or two? And the more natural way is, do you remember that time when Anna and Amy fell in the swimming pool? So here we're doing a lot of consonant to vowel linking, and it can make this middle part sound very difficult to hear the words. So let's take a look. So we know that time, right? Consonant, consonant, that time. Really say that second T. Do you remember that time? Okay, next, this middle part, we have a lot of consonant to vowel. When ends in N, consonant. Next word A, link. When Anna. And then we have and ends in a D. Amy begins with an A, and Amy. Here we have fell ends in L, and the next word in begins with I, fell in the swimming pool. So here we see we have three linked sounds. When Anna and Amy fell in. When Anna and Amy fell in. Instead of when Anna and Amy fell in, right? So let's look a little closer at consonant and vowel linking, which is one of the most common and can be difficult to understand. Imagine I'm saying this sentence very quickly. It can be hard to know the words. When Anna and Amy fell in. If you are just listening, huh? What? So let's get some practice. I'm going to show you three sentences, and let's see the difference when we link consonants to vowels. So number one, there's an elephant in the garden. So here there's ends in S, N begins in A, there's N. Okay, but we also have an ends in N and elephant begins with E, there's an elephant. So we can do it for many words in a row. Here elephant ends in T, in begins with I, elephant in or elephant in. The garden. We can't link that. So here it would sound like there's an elephant in the garden. There's an elephant in the garden. Okay, let's look at number two. I ate an apple and 2 pears. Okay, tip. We do not only do this with consonant letters at the end, but consonant sounds. So ate ends in a T. So we're still linking I ate an. I ate in. Then we have N linking to A. Here, apple ends in L, ol sound, right? We're not looking at the E, we're looking at the sound, apple. And next word starts with A, and we can link that too. So this would sound like, I ate an apple and 2 pears. All those sounds linked together. I ate an apple and 2 pears. And you can hear how this helps me to speak quicker and communicate a little bit better. Okay. And last, these are the best tomatoes I've ever had. So here we have, this ends in the Z sound, these, which links to our A. These are. We have our 2 consonants linking here, best tomatoes. Here, tomatoes ends in S, I've, I, tomatoes, I. And again, V sound, I've ever. So this sentence, these are the best tomatoes I've ever had. Notice how that sounds different than these are the best tomatoes I've ever had. These are the best tomatoes I've ever had. So this can be a little tricky to get the hang of, but one thing to notice is, yeah, we write words separately with spaces between them, but in speech, you can easily think of the consonant sound being at the start of the second word. So it's almost like this S is at the start of N. It's almost like this N is at the start of elephant. It's almost like the n sound is at the beginning of in. There's an elephant, right? There's an elephant, elephant in the garden. So it's almost like that next word is starting with that consonant sound.